Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Video Game Therapy. Today, we're on Minecraft, and I wanted to talk about something. No, really? So yesterday, today is May 1st. Wow, it's May. God dang. I looked at my calendar yesterday, and I clicked on the next week button, and I had classes, and then I clicked on the week after that, and then I had no classes, and I was like, whoa, it's over. I have one more semester of college left. And anyway, yesterday, one of these big understandings that I had turned out to be a lot about how things don't last forever. I don't really know how else to explain it, but I think everybody on some level understands it. Not everything lasts forever. Kind of obvious, right? More bundles, I think. So I'm just gonna buy some stuff and then run around. It's all building stuff. Sure. Yoit. My plugin still works. Anyway, so there was the chance that I wanted to talk about all that. But I don't. There's a lot to it, and it's not, I don't know. There's a lot there. And I'd rather keep it to myself for now. But among the many things I was thinking about, I'm in a much better place as well now. Yesterday was something much needed. All in all, I wanted to talk about this idea of, oh man, if I could live forever, I would do X, Y, and Z. I don't know if this is common or if people have heard this before, but something that I feel like I always hear, I should say, is people who say, and I've definitely said this before myself, it's people who say like, oh, if I could live forever, I'd spend all my time learning a bunch of languages. Or if I could live forever, or if I had all the time in the world, I would do this. And maybe there's not much to this. Maybe there's nothing here. But it kind of just occurred to me yesterday that it was kind of like, if someone ever does say that to me again, or if I'm in the vicinity, I might just ask, like, what's stopping you from doing that now? Now, the reason I bring this question up is not because it's a generic question, but it's a question that allows us to poke at something else. Wow, this is probably the most formal VGT I've ever done. I feel like I'm in a different place than I usually am for these. It's a question that through its answer allows us to express a thought that might not have its own way of being put. So I don't really know where to start. Maybe I lost the formality right there, but effectively you say, okay, if I could live forever, what kinds of things would I do? I mean, living forever would, in my opinion, suck. I don't want to live a million years. Who does? Narcissist maybe, but we won't go there. So you ask this question, what would you do if you lived forever? If you lived for a million years, what would you do to fill that time? Suppose you, I don't know, choose whatever age you want, I guess, to stay at or whatever. It's not like you'd progressively get older and whatever. Hypothetical situation. So details kind of irrelevant, also very relevant. You hit 40, you stay like that forever. Let's just say that. How would you fill that time? You can't, go to college for the Townie bundle. You can't stay in college for the rest of your life or whatever. I mean, technically, actually, no, that's a lie. You could. We're going to ignore this guy's born in 1810 and it's year 2050. This makes no sense. Ignore that. I'm already getting around the point here. Oh, another one. in case you don't know, we have a Townie plugin coded by yours truly. And there are little chests that spawn randomly throughout the world, and when they despawn, they explode and all the items drop, and that's why these are here. It's kind of funny we found 2 in a row. 3, geez. There's probably a lot that spawn. That's 4. Ooh, that's awkward. As long as it doesn't leave a bunch of chests. Anyway. Okay, so my answer to that question right off the bat might be, oh, I would spend all the time learning languages. Learning a whole bunch of languages. Now, the reason I say that is because in the show Daredevil, there's a character, Madame Gao, who's infinity years old, effectively. She speaks a bunch of languages. I think like every language, that's like her thing. And it's, I don't know, maybe it's a, is there, what was that other one where they found the, I don't know. But I'm going to use this as an example. You know, so it could be learn how to play every single instrument. So on and so forth. Anyway, the question that is indirectly asked is, why don't you start right now? You say, if I live forever, I'm going to learn Japanese, Russian, Arabic, Italian. One of those is not like the other. But why not start now? It's kind of like if we're told that we get to live forever, it's like that suddenly changes things. It's like there's suddenly this indefinite tomorrow. Does that make sense? Probably not. We say, you know, oh, tomorrow I'll work on the essay, or I'll start learning Japanese next year. But this philosophy of, if I live forever, oh, I'll use that time and learn a bunch of languages. But if you're someone who, like me, spends like all of their free time watching just random TV shows or something, then what you do now defines what you would do if you lived forever. You would be watching TV forever. You'd be watching YouTube forever. I use that because that's my own personal vice. And this is not to say if I lived forever, I would, you know, jump out of a plane and see how I land. We're not talking immortality. Actually, we are talking immortality. It's a hypothetical situation, right? You live forever. Nothing bad ever happens to you, whatever. And so anyway, so I think of this question, I think, you know, if I live forever, spend that time learning a bunch of languages, but that's kind of false. It's totally false. Because as of right now, I've set out to learn Russian and Japanese, and my pace has been incredibly slow. And I've barely practiced French. I think I have a really good set of tools. I study linguistics. I have a really good understanding of the different grammars of these languages. I have methods to memorize vocabulary. If I sat down, I feel as though I could get to a very intermediate level in either Russian or Japanese in 3 or 4 months, excluding vocab, because vocab is something that cannot be confined as grammar can. That's a topic for another time. And this is not a humble brag. This is not a this is simply, I've done research into these things. I've read several papers about language acquisition. And I feel like if I sat down and I committed, and I really committed, you know, an hour, at least, probably 3 hours every day for the next 4 or 5 months, I could become a basic intermediate speaker of some language. I wouldn't sound good. I'd obviously keep making errors. Oh, this is like slightly nostalgic. Damn. Fun times. No context for you. So I say this because I if I committed, right, whatever, I'd be able to do this. But the question of or the hypothetical of me living forever allows me to say, okay, I'll do this thing where I commit 3 hours a day. Yeah, we'll do it when I'm 450 years old. No, that's not how it works. I mean, obviously I don't live forever. So like the argument is I can't believe I'm forgetting this word. Wow, you could get mad rich by just walking around. Is a contradiction in and of itself because you can't live forever. And so therefore none of this is truly valid. None of this is a hard argument. But hopefully you understand what I'm trying to get at here. If you could live forever, what kinds of things would you fill that time with? And why don't you start that right now? What is stopping you from starting? And there's no answer to this. This is not trying to be a motivational video. This is simply, me thinking, I have a really good place to start for really deeply learning a language, but you know, maybe I feel like I have too much going on. -3626 2107. Maybe. Do I feel like I have too much going on? Sorry. Okay, there we go. What is truly holding me back? You know, there's so many answers, and I think that's definitely a personal question for, you know, whatever you might do if you live forever. But I personally think it's a pretty solid question. Why wouldn't you start your infinity endeavor today, right now? And there are plenty of reasons. I feel like, you know, I got to focus on school, and, you know, I've thrown so many hours these past 2 weeks into very unproductive things, which, you know, unproductive things are good, but moderation, of course, as always. Why not? It's been my thing and tempting me this whole time. All right. Pew pew. I don't know. I guess that's kind of it for this question. If you were to live forever, which you can't. Actually, if you were to live forever, there's no rush. But now there's a rush. There's a rush to do everything. But if you live forever, you get to procrastinate more, which immediately is like, oh, well, guess I'll just wait then. And I don't know, who wants to wait? Why are you waiting? Why are you choosing to wait? The choice of inaction is as much a choice as action is. The influence and the difference is habit. Yeah, anyway, that's kind of the end of my thought. I really can't think of much else. But, you know, I think, oh, if I live forever, I would learn languages, I would spend guitar, and I would learn how to program in all these different languages. I would adapt with technology as it comes. I would keep making videos. I don't know, whatever, right? And then all of a sudden, it's like, well, you never planned to start. And then all of a sudden, he says for the second time, this just becomes a hypothetical dream. You turn your dream into imagination. You say that you start saying I would need to live forever to do all these things, and then you don't do them. Yeah, life is the choice, all in all. So that's it. Burning Man. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and teleport to these coordinates because I just want to see something in action. TP -3626 67 2107. It is plus or minus 10, I believe. Okay, perfect. And boop, look at that, nice find. This crate will expire in 10 seconds. Awesome. And then when you exit it, watch this. Ready? Boom. Also, for any oinkers who might be watching, I came on today because I wanted to just see what Tiny was like again. When 1.17 comes out, or the first half, I guess, we'll definitely do a world reset. and I want to do something big for it. Maybe revisit some of the old townie plants. I don't think the townie plugin needs to be changed that much. I kind of like some of the small things it adds. But yeah. So thanks for watching and or listening. I hope this gave you something to think about these next couple of days, next couple of years, whatever it might be. But yeah, if you had forever to live, what would you do? And what's stopping you from doing that thing right now? That's my question to you today. So have a good one. And as always, don't forget to stay awesome. See you next week. You too, Cow.